Hello and welcome back to the How to Become a Game Developer with No Experience step-by-step tutorial. Today's goal, we will be downloading our application to our Android device. So get your phone ready and we will be continuing with development of our game. Today we will be adding frictionless Google Play services sign in, exporting it to our phone, and double checking that everything is working. Today is a huge deal. Once we get internal testing going, it's only a matter of time until we can publish to the production or at least open beta track. Okay, so thank you for joining me back here in the tutorial. If you have not watched the previous tutorial, we configure our project on the Google Play console and in the Google Cloud, as well as we also install the Google Play Services plugin. The previous tutorial is essential to pick up where we are going to pick up from today. So first, we need to hop over to the Google Play console and come to internal testing. Our first step here is going to select our testers. You will have to create an email list. I already have a stack of emails to use from my other work, so I'm just going to go ahead and add all of the beta testers that have signed up for my other applications, and in this email list is also my own personal email. So go ahead here and click Save. So now we've selected testers. We see we've got 1 of 3 complete. Our next step is to create a release. And let's go ahead and see here. What do we need? We need an app bundle. So hop over to Godot, and we see our application here is our level select screen, and when we click the button, it loads the game screen. Okay, great. So to export your project, you want to come to Project and go Export and choose the Android configuration that we set up last time. If you are skipping tutorial section, remember to go install Android build template. Go ahead over to the Godot Play Services GitHub plugin. Make sure you set your game ID here. And let's go ahead and export. Make sure that you're also setting up your key store, and remember that your package name matches the package name that you've set on the Google Cloud side. Since we want to release a signed version of the binary, go ahead and go Export All, and if you've been following along with my tutorial, you just want to hit Release here. Great, looks like we have a successful build and compile. So hop back over to your Google Play console in the internal release and open up the project directory, and we have this new fuzzle AAB file. Go ahead and drag that into this zone, and it should upload in a minute, and add some release notes. Once you start releasing with your beta testers, this may become more important, and once you are in production track, these release notes are very visible and front and center on your Google Play Store listing, so it's something important to keep in mind for later. But for now, if you were just testing amongst yourself, you can just keep this as something really simple, just to remind yourself what this application has done since your last upload. For us, this is our first upload, and so I'm just going to put initial app testing here. Looks like our bundle was accepted. If there was some error, you may see the error here, and we can go ahead and maybe troubleshoot that down. If you're having issues, hit me up in the comments section. So now I'm going to go next. Check the warnings. There's some potential warnings, nothing that we need to worry about for our purposes. We're making a very basic, simple application. Go ahead and go Save and Publish. It says here that the change will be published immediately. It usually takes about an hour. In my experience, it usually takes about 10 minutes for your bundle to hit the uploadable state in the cloud. Okay, great. So now that we've uploaded a bundle, come here and you need to then email yourself or text yourself or whatever the link so you can join in the web. Go ahead and copy this link and go ahead and email that to yourself so that you can open it up on your phone. The most important part here is make sure that the Google Play Services user you are logging in as on the application is one of the emails that you have set in your email list. Otherwise, it will not work. You will not be allowed to install the application onto your phone. Okay, so let's hop over to my phone, and I will make a screen recording of my phone and append that onto the video. Okay, great. So I've clicked the link that I emailed myself, and I see here now we have com.fluzzle.puzzle, and it says unreviewed. So I've been invited to an internal test of com.fluzzle.puzzle, and it's just giving here a little bit of a warning. So if you are sending this to your friends and family, basically make sure they trust you. And my account up here is one of the accounts that I have set in the email list on the Google Play services. So go ahead and hit accept invite, and you should now see that it says you are a tester. So if you don't have the app, go ahead and download it on Google Play and click that first link that you see, and you should now see a bare bones app screen that will have your package name com.fluzzle.puzzle, and it'll say in reviewed. Go ahead and hit install. And now hit open, and make sure that you choose the Play Games profile account that you are expecting. The Godot, the initialize function that we're calling in the code. Let me make myself smaller and show you that in Godot. So this guy here is the reason why this is popping up automatically for us. So go ahead and click continue. So it looks like we have our app screen here. And that is great. So we have a level select button. Let's go ahead and select one of our level buttons, and it seems like we're loading the other game screen. And there's currently no way to get back to the main screen at this point after we do the game screen, but we will end up programming that. So the most important thing to notice now is that our application is working on a real Android device. Congratulations, this is a huge step forward. Okay, so moving on. Our next step now is to make frictionless zero-click sign-in. So you saw how in that last time we launched our application, we had to manually select a user to sign into the application. Now we want to automatically sign the user in, even if they've never used our application before, as long as they have a Google Play Game Services account attached to the Gmail that they use for their other games on their Android device, they will be automatically logged in. Okay, so what do we need to do to enable this functionality? So in our level select screen, go ahead and add a child node called Play Games Sign-In Client. At the top, maybe where you exported your level select button scene, we need to do what's called that on ready tag and give it a local variable name. I like calling my sign-in client Google Sign-In Client, and give this a type of Play Games Sign-In Client, and assign this to the Play Games Sign-In Client node here in your node scene architecture. That's what this money symbol means in GD script. Okay, fantastic. In the ready function, when our level select screen is loaded for the first time, we're going to then check some authentication. So let's write another function that executes first thing in our ready function call, and we'll call it the Android authentication function. Give this a type void, meaning it doesn't return any value. And the first thing we need to do here, and again, this is all documented on the plugins GitHub, but I just want to give you the step-by-step process here, because sometimes it's a little bit easier to have someone tell you exactly what you need to write instead of going through the documentation, especially because this tutorial, remember, is designed for people who don't have programming experience. And go ahead and write this code. So this if statement says if the Godot Play Game Services Android plugin has loaded, then we want to do have an error message here. So we can say plugin not found. So this is the if statement when the plugin is not loaded. And So this if statement will be, this if statement here will be executed when we are launching our application locally on our Godot environment. The plugin does not work when we are launching from our Godot environment, and this else case, when the plugin is found, is when we're executing on our real Android device. So in the plugin is found call, what we want to do here is just write a simple one line of code, and this will enable zero-click frictionless sign-in. For now, all we have to do is go Google sign-in client dot is authenticated. If your user has logged in on Google Play Game Services on any other application on their phone and they have a default account set up, which most people do if they've ever used an application that's been integrated with Google Play Game Services before, they will be automatically signed in, zero-click frictionless. So let's go ahead and export another version of our application. Don't forget to increment the version code and go ahead and go export all, release once again. Now hop back over to your Google Play console, come here to internal testing and go create new release, and sure, let's add Play Game Sidekick to our bundle. I will show you what that means later in a different tutorial, but for now let's wait for our build to finish. Looks like our build finished, and let's go ahead and upload our new application that now enables zero-click frictionless sign-in. I'm adding a release notes here, enables zero-click frictionless GPS sign-in, Google Play Services sign-in, to remind myself in case I just go ahead and go get a drink of coffee and go to the gym, or if I just decide to go to bed at this point and I don't test the application till tomorrow morning, I remember what I was up to last. That's basically all the release notes will be used for yourself at this point. If you forgot to update the version in your export, which is, a common mistake, it's something you have to do every time you upload a new bundle, then you will see an error here saying version code, whatever version code you're copying already exists, and so you have to hop back over to Godot and do another export. So I'm going to go ahead and go next. And don't need to check the warnings. We can see there's a small app byte increase. This is as expected. We did add a little bit more code. If you do see this go down, even though you added a little bit more code, it's not necessarily one-to-one. Sometimes there's a small diff during the packaging that may affect the bundle size. So don't go ahead and stress out if you ever see this go down, even though you've added code. So go ahead and go save and publish. Save and publish. You see there it does say warning within 1 hour, but go ahead, go grab yourself a cup of coffee, go get a snack, and in about 10 minutes, go hop back over to your email and check that same link again that you sent yourself, and you should see that your application has updates. So let's hop back over to the phone and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so I've gone ahead and pulled out my email and clicked that same internal testing link, and I'm gonna go ahead and click the download on Google Play button again. And we see now here, I can see in the what's new section, it says enables zero-click frictionless Google Play Services sign-in. Perfect. So now I can hit the update button. And now when I hit open, I should be automatically signed in to Google Play Services. Something particular, actually. We don't see the banner popping up automatically, and we also don't see the ability for us to make the choice. So something is not quite going right here. Let's go ahead and investigate that. Okay, so very good. The reason why we're not getting that frictionless sign-in is because we forgot to publish our Play Game Services configuration. So hop back over to your Google Play console, come here to Play Game Services, go to configuration, and now that we've uploaded a bundle, an AAP, to our Google Play console, you should now see this actually crossed off. Now we see we've created a Google Play Game Services project. We've added our OAuth consent screen in the Google Cloud platform. We created our OAuth credentials. We added the Google Play Game Services SDK to our app bundle. We added testers to our project, and now our last step is to publish our project. So let's go ahead and review and publish. And now you see that there's 4 actions required. So these are required to be filled out before we're actually going to have that banner popping up with 0-click frictionless sign-in. So we've got to give a few details here so that the app listing can start to be filled out. So let's go ahead and fill out some of these details. Hey guys, Ethan here. I just realized in this section there's nothing really super important. You just need to provide a description and create an app icon. It's got to be a specific size, and it's mentioned there on the Google Play console. I suggest just using GIMP to create your app icon, and feature graphic. It's a different size, more of a rectangle. For now, just do something really basic and simple. We don't need to get technical or fancy. This can always just be changed later when you're ready for release. Now we are absolutely ready to publish. So let's go ahead and go publish. And you see Play Game Services you set up will be available to all users. It says this may take a few hours, okay? So after you publish, some parts of your game project can't be edited, achievements, events, leaderboards can't be deleted. That's fine. We will go over how to add achievements, events, and leaderboards in a future tutorial. So let's go ahead and go publish game project. Go set up in game management, go configuration. So now we are published and we have save games enabled, Firebase not linked. We may go over this in a very future tutorial, but it's nothing that we need to worry about right now, okay? So in my experience now, this usually actually does take a couple hours. What I normally do at this point is call it a day and go to bed and then check in the morning. But for the tutorial purposes here, let's go ahead and open up our Fluzzle application again. I'll start a screen recording on my phone. So, okay, so now let's go ahead and launch Fluzzle. So we did not upload a new version of the application. Everything on the application side is working as expected. Now that we've published our Google Play Services game in the Play Game Services configuration, let's go ahead and launch Fluzzle. And now we see our frictionless 0-click sign-in banner is working. And so, there you go ahead and see. It said it might take up to an hour, but that literally took us 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes. I think we published 2 minutes ago and we already got 0-click sign in. So now when I come here down to my application and I click and hold, I should be able to go choose profile. And now I can log into any of my testers accounts. So if I log into my other tester account, my PileDrive Games email, and click here, we see now that I've got 0-click frictionless sign in for that account. And so now all of my accounts that are enabled as beta testers and any of the my friends, family, or fellow indie developers you've reached out to on social media or elsewhere, they will also have frictionless 0-click sign-in available. And our app functionality still works as expected. So absolutely fantastic. We are now on the internal testing track. This is great news. Next step now is adding achievements and leaderboards into our application, and I will show you how to do that in the next tutorial.